You hear me coughing in the background? It's because I seasoned the shit out of my tofu.
Oh my God. Did you have shared that?
Yes. Well, welcome everybody to Watch for the Hook Wednesday. It's Michael here with, as she sips her tea, Tatiana. I mean, boy, look at this timing. For those who see the video, this some real funny shit.
It's pretty bad there, right?
How you doing, name is Parker?
Good, 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 and more good.
All right, so like I said, we're here for your Watch for the Hook Wednesdays, and we're gonna just jump right into this thing. So, like I said, me and Miss Parker has been in business around 4 years now. And as we've been going through this
Yeah.
business venture thing, we see and learned some things.
Picked up a few things.
And so one of the
Or picked
things,
up on a few things.
oh,
Yeah,
there you
yeah,
go,
yeah,
picked up
yeah.
on it, because we
Clean up,
all
clean
up
up,
on
clean
it.
up. Yeah.
So one of the things me and Miss Parker picked up on is how some of these brand brand influencers will say, let us build our brand for you.
Yeah, yeah. I say that with some his like I don't think it's brand influencers. I just think it's some people that are starting to make this a new fad phrase. That's what I think. Like if a brand developer says that it's probably like legit.
Mm-hmm.
We work with a brand developer.
Yeah,
Love her to death.
exactly.
Absolutely. And we've also crossed paths with some people that they have a brand in what they consider to be a brand. And so they're starting to use oops, sorry. Should have silenced my phone. It rings every time I record.
Yep.
But I think they're just starting to utilize it as a new fad phrase. And we talked about a fad phrase or just a catchphrase, what, an episode ago or a
Oh yeah.
couple episodes ago?
Yeah, most definitely. We talk about the overuse of generational wealth.
The
The
phrase.
phrase, and
Yeah.
it's doing pretty good. Y'all should check that out.
Yeah. I was kind of
And she was hesitant.
I was a little a little worried about that one, but it's more people kind of like understood and related to where we were coming from. But we got to get back on topic. Okay.
So the topic we're gonna talk about today is
Mm.
for those people who are looking for somebody to build your brand, the fact that once they build it, now what?
Right.
And so where we're coming in at is that you, who is the person looking to get your brand started up, crowdfunded, whatever,
Yeah.
you're giving somebody else the keys to your kingdom.
Well,
And you're going to
y-
be pretty much hands off.
yeah, you ain't even giving them the keys to the kingdom. They finna mold the lock for you, supposedly. Then they
Ex-
gonna give you the keys
Exactly.
and tell you, here you go.
Exactly. So what you're doing is you're going to let somebody make this or try to make whatever is supposed to be yours for you. And then they're going to say, I've done it. Here
Yeah,
you go.
here you go.
And they're basically going to give a baby to a stranger.
Yeah, or they're gonna put a new homeowner in the house, and that person ain't had no owning classes. They don't know you need some homeowners insurance and warranty.
Yeah. I mean, what we're basically saying is you're going to be not knowing what the hell to do with supposedly your own brand.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna like gift wrap, it for you and hand it to you, and it's gonna be so nice and so pretty. But it's at that point gonna be up to you to figure out what to do with it next. And they're gonna give you a car with an engine, maybe. And you gotta figure out what's needed to make it run. Hell, probably what's needed to turn it on.
What they're going to give you is an expensive price tag
Yep.
that you're going to pay up front for them to do it. And then once they're done doing what they were paid to do,
Yeah.
you're going to have something that you have no goddamn idea what to do with.
All right. We've given like a whole bunch of analogies. I hope they see where we're coming from.
Because in our business, let's just say the apparel business. We'll stick to the apparel side.
Yeah,
There's a thing called customer discovery.
yeah,
We've had to do that ourselves.
Mhm.
People advised us, showed us, these are ways of conducting customer discovery.
Yeah.
If somebody is building something for you, ain't worry about no customer.
They probably aren't. 'Cause they're gonna take. Cause see, let's keep it a buck. If they're building it for you, at that point, you are the customer.
Exactly.
They just have to make sure they're giving you what you want, but you haven't been in this business or in the game long enough to know, A, if you have a customer base, B, if you know what that customer base is gonna want.
Mm,
You
mm,
can't
mm.
give them that insight yet.
Because you haven't done the research.
You haven't done the research.
Oh, check out that episode too.
But to even go a step further, you sitting up here, they're building a air quote brand
Mm-hmm.
for you
Yeah.
based off of you, but you're not going to be the customer to you. So are they really building you a brand?
No, they're building you a model for
Thank
what
you.
you asked for.
And see, I didn't ever even say that to you. I was like, I'm gonna keep that little techie truthful tidbit to
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, they're building a model for what you
I'm
asked for.
like, they ain't really building you no brand. Like,
They're building a model of what you asked for. So, I mean, just think about it. Me and Miss Parker just gave y'all one aspect that can make or break an apparel brand. Knowing your audience, knowing who you're looking for. Another thing is also what type of merchandise are you even gonna put out there? Like I said, we come from the apparel side. If somebody is making, let's say, a website for you,
oh
let's just even go. Because
God,
listen,
because that's
this is,
early on in the process.
but that's also part of the building your brand
It
box
is.
crap that they charge you
That's the
10,000.
first thing they pitch to you.
I'm gonna build your website. So tell me this: how can you tell your website if you don't even know what customer you're trying to attract?
There you go. Because they're not building for your customers. They're building for you
What you asked for,
as the customer.
what you paid
Because
for.
you're the customer at this point.
Hmm.
But do you know the info for your potential customers or avatars? Because
Oh
that's
yeah,
essentially what it is. It's an avatar.
exactly, Miss Parker. What was some things we talked about? What's the difference? Are you making text designs,
Yeah, that's a
graphic
lot. Yeah.
designs? I
Yeah.
mean, listen, people, that right there is just design concepts. That's a whole nother realm of what you're doing for your brand. But do you even have that figured out while somebody else is doing the work for you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure as a part of their, I'm going to call it pitch package, they're going to say, we're going to create your website for you. We're going to create we're going to create 2 social media pages of your choice for you, right? We're going to even start you out with 2, i.e., t-shirt designs. It's just stuff like that. It takes a lot to build a brand. It takes a lot to develop a brand. Like, you can't build something that hasn't been in development.
I mean, even with what you just said, when somebody was talking about which social media accounts to make, how do you even know which ones will work for you?
Right, right.
You
Like,
haven't
those are which 2 channels out of the 80
billion
billion
are gonna work
are gonna work for you and your customer?
because guess what? You don't know because you ain't done nothing.
Because 9 times out of 10, if you have this insight at your fingertips, whoever has this pitch package in your face, you really don't need them.
No, you just need to do it
You
yourself.
need to do the shit yourself.
One thing Miss Parker and I have always preached, we're gonna keep telling you, no one can love it more than you.
And no one can really operate it like I can, you can, we can. Now, you do hire experts and SMEs to be able to make things better, make things quicker, take things off of your plate. But at the end of the day, you should still have that insight on what needs to be done, how things need to be done, in case that person, just stop answering your calls. I done seen that happen too. They took your money and they ain't
It
finished
took,
the project.
took your money, they gone.
Wow. Well, where happened to that person? Oh, he ain't here no more. Well, what that mean? He just ain't here no more. Can I get my money back? No, no, you can't get your money back. Well, you're not gonna complete the project. Well, sometimes that's just what happened. He ain't here no more. It's unacceptable.
brand in the box. We gonna build it for you.
I would just be super leery of that stuff.
You have to always. It's an old French term, laissez-faire.
Oh Lord, he making up stuff.
No. Laissez-faire.
Laissez faire.
Yeah, how do you pronounce it? I got a longer tongue than you, so I just say it a little different. That means buyer beware. So would that term even exist? That means people that spend their hard-earned money getting screwed over.
That's yeah,
Been happening since the beginning of time.
yeah.
You paid for something and you didn't get what you paid for in return.
Mm.
And tell me this, if y'all like me and Miss Parker, you work too goddamn hard for your money.
Don't waste my money.
And no, they didn't waste it. They stole it.
Don't stole my money.
They stole your money.
Don't stole my money.
What you gonna do then? You done paid them umpteen, because I'm telling you, this build a brand or a brand in a box or let us build your brand from the startup, that costs thousands of dollars.
But even more, that costs
Mm,
thousands of experiences to even
And
be able to get to that point.
when your time is the most valuable thing you
That's your
have
experiences.
that you can't get back.
Right. 'Cause tell you right now, if someone had pitched to us, let us build your brand, right? We're
Mhm.
gonna build your brand, right? At the beginning, that would have been like to us, we would have been like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds easy.
So we were pitched early on in 20, like when early in the process. And somebody said, we can do all that for you. And I think we
Um,
basically just blew over it.
Probably did. I don't know, but just me now looking back at a naive me then,
The 2023, you looking at the 2019,
I
you.
probably had that come across my desk and I was aware that it came across. I probably would have been probably would have been like, ooh, let's try that. They're gonna do everything I want them to do and they're gonna gift wrap it, hand it back to me with the bow on it. That's nice. After the me now realizes that when we started up until the milestone where we actually went through brand development,
Shout out to our brand developer.
right? It was so different. The thought process was different. Everything was different. There is no way in 2019 if I had accepted a pitch package of I'm going to build your brand for you, there's no way in 2019 what I would have said, thought, done, or allowed to roll off my tongue would have even remotely mimicked what we did like 2 years later after being in business and then going through brand development.
What did brand development teach me?
Child, for me, it taught me that, A, for starters, we didn't have a brand.
Check your ego at the oh.
That's what it did. It taught me that, but it also taught me how to like think about the experiences we'd had, the routes we'd taken, and the routes we were trying to go. It taught me how to move with that, how to process that, how to take that. Sometimes take it to the chin.
But did you hear everything you just said? None of that shit happens if somebody else does the work for you.
No, it
You don't
doesn't.
get that. You
You
don't get
don't
that knowledge.
you don't get that,
You don't get the
in the
experience.
working in the trenches with it.
Yeah.
I didn't say get it out the mud. There's the difference.
You just don't get that knowledge.
You don't get that knowledge.
I
Now,
understand.
and I said, even then, man, I wish we could have done brand development sooner. But I also said, and that could have been, 6 months sooner. That would have been even better for us. But I don't think, and I know I said this, I know we could not have done brand development at the beginning.
Nope. You know why? Because we were so far entrenched.
Yeah.
We were so far into there was a whole global pandemic.
Yeah. But even still, our thought processes and what we were trying to do was immature. I don't mean like acting crazy, being funny, immature as in a middle schooler.
No, yeah, we
No,
immature
no,
to
no.
be in business.
Yes, just development. Like you just weren't there. Like you gotta be at a certain level to even be prepared to do brand development.
Also, remember, why did we even launch in April? Because we were ready in February.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. Watch for the Hook was ready to go in February
It
2019.
was.
We didn't go into April until we just said, realized what happened in March of 2019
Wasn't going nowhere.
was not going to go
It
anywhere.
wasn't going nowhere. And we caught flack for lunching in the pandemic. And I quote, "Oh yeah, I want people just
Like, it is what it is.
just sit around in shirts." Like, oh, okay. Well, can't sit on it for like till what March of 23 when they finally declared it gone, and it still ain't.
Yeah.
Another topic for another day.
Yeah. But like I said, we still up here. We're looking at the aspects. Me and you have learned because we've always been involved.
Yeah.
When it comes to this brand in the box or let us build your brand, your involvement, when I say your, I'm talking about the owner, the person who is paying somebody else to build their brand, to help launch their brand, to learn all the details and intimate processes
Intricacies, yeah.
of your, again, your brand, not theirs, your brand. And then one day they're gonna say, "Hey, we're done."
No, they ain't gonna they don't- one day, hell.
I'm just saying, one day
Oh,
they're gonna tell you,
oh,
"We're done. Let's complete our process,
and that's
and here you go."
what I was gonna say. When they complete their process, they're gonna hand it over to you and they're gonna fix the parachute strings.
And you're gonna be looking like,
You can be crazy. What I do next?
"Who the fuck?"
What I do next? Why I'm not making $1 million a night?
Sweet Jesus.
Why I don't have immediately 1 million followers? Because I think what I have is wonderful, but I can't get everybody else to understand how wonderful it is.
Especially thinking about how wonderful things are. We want you all to come by www.watch4, the number 4, thehook.com. Culture Champ hoodie is running up out of here. I'm telling y'all need to check that out. Wonderful is an understatement for the Culture Champ. The Culture Champ is a statement to the culture vultures. Tell them we ain't going nowhere.
I love that hoodie.
Man, I love it too.
I love the design.
Oh man,
It's so simple. It's just
simple,
culture champ. I love it.
simple yet complex.
Simple doesn't mean boring.
Check that episode out too. Well, Miss Parker, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
When we was talking about, you know, nobody should know more about your business than you.
Nope.
Because that means you have already failed your business.
Yep. Unless now, no, hey, no one should know more about it than you. But you have to determine the levels you can bring people on and bring people in.
Well, yeah.
Determine, really just based around how long you plan to have them around.
I mean, we've trusted some people over the years, and we listened to some ideas, and
Heck yeah, all that.
like I said, and this is not to toot our own horn because of our business, but Watch for the Hook started out as an apparel brand in 2019.
Yep.
We expanded that to a podcasting network in 2022.
Yep.
We further expanded that in 2023 with a coaching platform, Podcast Money
We
Merch.
did.
Podcast Money Merch used to be on another platform. It would now be housed on the Watch for the Hook webpage.
That's right.
You can now go to podcast. No, my bad. It's not
You gotta go to the
podcast.
website now.
Yeah, just go to the Watch for the Hook. www.watchfor the number 4 thehook.com. You will see 2 new products. One product is free. It is a podcast informational call
With us, with
with
us, with
us.
us.
And so we're using that as a free service to those serious podcasters who are looking to monetize their podcast by selling their own merch.
Yes.
We
Creating and so.
create the idea, the implementation. And then for those who choose to purchase the online course, which is also on our website
That's
now,
right.
you will now be able to go deep. And when me and Miss Parker say deep, Listen, you're gonna have to do this. This is for the people we serious about. Like I said, you gotta be serious.
Tighten up your bootstraps.
Tighten up your bootstraps. If you just out here looking for somebody to build it for you, then this ain't for you.
Nope.
But if you are the person who wants to change their thinking, who wants to think about things differently,
Yep.
about using your podcast to develop and sell your own merchandise,
Right.
you gotta come to Watch with the Hook. We got it for you. I'm telling you, me and Miss Parker can attest.
Yep.
It's there.
That's right.
And you know how we even developed this course? You want to know how we developed this
How
course?
we develop it.
Because didn't nobody build shit for us. Nobody built us no brand. Nobody built it. Nobody gave us a box.
I was just about to say, because we did it ourselves.
We came up with this online course because we are using the same think process as this podcast. We want people to avoid the pitfalls
Yeah.
and the crap
Save your
we've gone
money.
through.
Avoid those frauds and cons. They're out there.
Yes.
And they're usually it's the loudest talkers in the room, or they wear the biggest, most butterfliest collar suits that you can find too. So
Or they just tell you, I done this and I done that.
and they ain't in it.
You can't find no social proof
None.
of it.
Mm-mm.
Or nobody that can talk good to them.
Mm-mm.
But Miss Parker, as we come to a close on this episode, I really appreciate you. I mean, this has been I think this has been a very good episode for our listeners who stuck it out through us.
That's right.
What can you tell them about don't fall? It's almost like the Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
The Jack in the Box is the brand in the box. You know when you do, and then you go, the creature pop out. That might be what's in your box. Just letting you know.
And they sometimes that's it. After he pop out, then it's up to you.
Damn, you just ended it right
I
there.
did.
Sometimes your brand in the box may have a goddamn jack in it. We'll catch you next time.